I went and picked out a palette that I want to work with for this website. And just for a second, I want to show you how I would do that. I went looking for something that was JMU friendly and came up with this palette for obvious reasons. And because it was just an image, I went through and typed in the actual hex codes with what the color is so that I could use this over on my Word site for just a second. So when I jump over to my WordPress site, I just cut and paste these into this block so that I could have them where I could quickly see them. So let's just look at how this would work for me for a second here. So I'm in this Women Travel On, which is the name of my website. And I'm trying to get the whole thing to open up here. There it is. And I've got over on the right-hand side my color settings, and I'm wanting to do a custom color. Now I have my hex code, so I can just type in different ones and see what they look like. So maybe I want this light purple, so I say A4, A2, BB, and then I've got that lavender look. And if I like that, great, and if I don't, I change it. And then I might go over to the Get in Touch and do the same thing. Again, it's A4, A2BB. So hex A4, A2BB, and then I've got that set up. Now I'm going to just leave that like that for now because I'm going to come back in and play with this a bit more. I'm going to change this picture. So again, I just press I'm working on an iPad, so I just press my finger on the picture and I get this block that comes up with 4 boxes, and I want to hit the replace block. So I just open my media, and I want to do a picture just to try of bicycling, so I'm going to say insert and see if I like it. Again, I can do all kinds of things to make this work. So I'm right here with this. I'm in the block. I've selected it. And then I can say I want the minimum height on this to be 600. And then that gets me a little bit more of that picture. But I can also select where my frame is with this focal point picker. So I can say I want the horizontal position to be 25. And see what happens. Not so much. Maybe I want the vertical one to be 30. Oh yeah, that gets me a little further down. So maybe 9. 90 gets, he's got a flat tire. All right, so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of playing with it until I get all of this picture to show up in that frame. And again, I can do an overlay on this so that I could have a nice title on it, and I can get that to be whatever opacity I think will work for it. I can have that color be more in keeping with my actual colors that I like, and so I can come back up here and say, hey, let's get the darker tan on that. So I'm going to say D9 CE C9. When I do that, you can see I've got that tan sort of on it in a way that I kind of like. And then from there, I can write a title. And again, I'm going to want that to be a heading, and I'm going to want that heading to be big, and then I'm going to say something bold and say welcome. And you can see there's even a little bit of an overlay on that, so whatever it is I want to say, right? I can have more language if I want. With this little plus thing over here, I can say I want this to be a quote and have a quote come out from that. So again, it's just really up to you what you want to do in this space. So once I have that where I like it, and again, I'm just going to keep going through this to get more stuff, and then I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to delete out these color numbers and keep them somewhere where I can choose them for my next pages as well. So I'm going to update this. And then I'm just going to check to see if this is out on the web in the way I want. So I'm going to get me another website space and say the name of the address. And this is what it's going to look like when I'm out on the web page right now. So I want to fix all the other things, but I've got it sort of started looking the way I want it to look.